go ahead, open a new tab if you're on your computer, and if you're on your phone, minimize the video and go ahead and search on YouTube Nicocado Avocado. And just look at this guy, look at his channel, look at this. Go to his channel, go to the videos, and scroll down a bit. He's a fat guy who eats a lot of junk food. Okay. Now, look for his video, search his video 2 steps ahead, and see that photo. That is his own photo. I have watched that whole video. Okay, and that is his own photo. That is his transformation. That fat motherfucker who used to eat a lot of junk food, who have been eating a lot of junk food since years, was addicted to that junk food, made that transformation. Nobody in this whole world thought that it was possible. Ever. Right? You wouldn't expect someone like that to make that transformation, right? He went from a fatty to that skinny guy. And you are here with your limiting beliefs that just because you have bad genetics or something, you cannot become a champion. Bro, really? Just look at that guy. You have, like, how can you, after watching him, have excuses? I always had this limiting belief that, I have knock knees. So I always had this limiting belief that I can, not become a champion with knock knees because my stretching was not that well. But then I saw this guy. Bro, he made that transformation. He didn't need to. He was eating a lot, and that was making him a lot of money. That is all he needed to record himself eating, post it without any editing, and he was making money using with that. He did not have any motivation to do that. He was not getting any money to do that, but he fucking made that transformation. Still. So what is stopping you? What are your excuses, bro? You absolutely fucking can dominate your competition. You absolutely fucking can win, become a world champion. You just have to do what it takes. You just have to sacrifice. You just have to give what it takes to win. You have to do it all. If you do what it takes to win, everything, do your best 100% of the time, you will succeed, my man. You will become a world fucking champion. A world fucking champion. Are you ready to do what it takes? Good. There was a guy who used to train in my gym, and he had a lot of limiting beliefs. Once he was training with my original training partner, who was my training partner. He was my senior, and he was the tallest one of all us three. Okay, at that time, and we were doing kicks, doubling. Okay, on the bag, and then it was that guy's turn, of which I'm telling you the story. And my partner was holding the bag, and I was watching. He was doing it in a very lazy way. Okay, he was standing too far off the bag, and my partner told him to come closer to the bag in order to hit it harder, in order to do it in a more perfect way. And you know what excuse he gave to my training partner? My training partner was taller than him. Okay, bigger arms, bigger legs, bigger torso, and he was like, "Bro, I'm tall and I have long legs, so I have to stand a bit further." And my training partner laughed and asked him, "Do you have longer legs than me?" And he was like, "No, but like my stretching and all and all and all." He had a lot of limiting beliefs, bro. And I used to destroy him in sparring purposefully. I used to destroy him in sparring purposefully. I used to piss him off with the intention of pissing him off. Okay, not without intention, not without I used to piss him off. I used to spar with him with the intention to piss him off. Hit him a lot, like fucking 10 jabs in 30 seconds. No, that is what I feel like. I was a senior. So, and you know why I did that? Not because I was an asshole, because when he used to get into his ego, when he used to get a little bit aggressive, that is when he performed. Even if he had the limiting belief that he does not have good kicks, his kick does not reach a good height. When he was aggressive, when he was in his ego, he used to hit those kicks. He used to hit me with those punches. That is why I always used to piss him off, and I many times told him, "See what you just threw at me. How can you say? How can you have that excuse that you cannot do it? How can you have that excuse that you have bad stretching, bad power, bad technique, or whatever he used to say." I used to piss him off on purpose. Just, bro, if listen to me, bro. Just understand this. Out there in the world, there are enough people who want to stop you, who will sabotage your life, who are ready to sabotage your life, who are ready to sabotage your career in order to make theirs. Don't let your own mind do it. Okay? You can absolutely do it. And if he can do it, why can't you do it, bro? If that Niku Kado Avocado can have that transformation, why can't you? And what to do if your mind is like, giving excuses next time? If your mind gives excuses on that, like, basically, should I go to training or not? Should I eat that ice cream or not? If your mind next time gives excuses, for example, if you are today, you just shut your alarm off, and now you're fighting with your mind that should you go and train or not? Your mind is saying don't, but you want to go. Ask yourself, what do I give a fuck about? If basically, even if you slept maybe 1 or 2 hours late last night, your mind is saying, okay, your sleep is very important, health comes first, and all and all. Ask yourself, what do I give a fuck about? My health or my training? My sleep or my training? Because you can sleep after your training too, right? Maybe not, but you can sleep at the right time this night. You will just recover. You won't even remember. Your body won't even remember that it had lagged 2 hours of sleep last night. It won't remember. You know that. Just ask yourself, what do I give a fuck about? The next time your mind is trying to convince you to eat that fucking ice cream, just ask yourself, what do I give a fuck about? Feeling good, eating something tasty, or becoming a fucking champion, staying fucking healthy? Ask your mind, now where does your excuse go? Now where does that part of your mind goes, which previously said that you need to focus on your health? Your mind seeks only comfort. Only comfort. That is the only thing your mind seeks. But you can, of course, obviously train your mind not to do that. And on that topic, I had my previous video on how our own mind sabotages us. Trust yourself. If you want another example, let me give you another example. Just search for Nick Neville. Nick, 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 Newell, Nick Neville. He is a one-handed MMA fighter. He has a single hand and he is a pro MMA fighter. What other excuse can you give, bro? What excuse can I give? What is my nokris are stopping me from becoming an MMA fighter? Bro, he has a single hand. He has one hand to fight in MMA. Just a single hand. Half of one of his hand is gone. And maybe I don't know the story. Maybe I did not have it from birth. But for what excuse can I give anymore, bro? What excuse can you give anymore, bro? Both of us, you and I, can become fucking champions. We just have to pay the price. We just have to do what it takes. And if you really want to go from an average athlete to a fucking high performance warrior, click on the link in the description.